Welcome everybody to our pre-meeting going to France. Today we're just going to go over a couple of the things you can expect when we get to France on our business trip to meet with our new clients. We're going to start off by talking about the most important parts of the business trip, which any good business trip, of course, you need to know about the food of the country you're going to visit. In France prides itself in its food cuisine a lot. You hear of French cooking, it's amazing. Just a couple of their top dishes, they like to cook with potatoes, beef, and then of course their desserts are world renowned, like their crepes. When it comes to food, the French eat just like us. They normally eat 3 times a day. But when it comes to French food, they don't eat a lot of fast food. They like to sit down and converse with people instead of living such a fast-paced lifestyle like we do over here. Now, when it comes to fashion and the way French display themselves, they are definitely up towards the top of having the highest class of fashion. I mean, you have, for example, Dior, Louis Vuitton, and Lacrosse all based out of France. Now, another example of what to expect with the food and the fashion is when it comes to food, like we discussed already, you have a high level of fancy cuisine. That meaning white table dinners, 4-course meals, 10-course meals, just all depends on where you're going to. You're not gonna see your fast food restaurants. You might see a McDonald's at the airport for us tourists when we're going back to America, but going through France, especially Paris where we're gonna be, you're not gonna see a Burger King or a Taco Bell on every street corner. So with that in mind, make sure that you are eating your 3 meals a day, of course, and make sure that you are eating plenty, because you're not gonna be able to just stop and pick up a sandwich on the way to our next meeting. Now, when it comes to our meetings, there are certain types of business dress codes when it comes to how the French like to interact with their business consultants. It's almost like us over here, but like we said in the last slide, they do wear a lot more high class type of clothing. That being said, all of the men that are going on this trip, we expect you to be in suit and tie, just because it's not like we're going to Casual Friday over there. We're trying to get the French businessmen to join our firm. Now, for women, just business dress, so business slacks, nice dress, all the type of outfits that a woman would wear when it comes to any sort of professional business setting that you might be a part of. And the last thing I want to say going to this trip is make sure you have fun. Now, it's going to be different culture-wise. French are very proper when it comes to how they talk to each other, but they can also come off as very blunt, brute, and like they know a lot. Don't question them. We will perform our business and meetings in a very professional way. And this is just a small overview of just the little things that matter. We will have a meeting closer to the departure date, going over more details on how we will conduct our business meetings, when we will, and what to expect when it comes to talking to the French businessmen. If you have any questions from this short presentation, there is my email on the screen, and thank you for attending this quick overview of how to present yourself and what to expect when it comes to eating on the business trip.